This month's DIY project is going to focus on hair. The first project that we're going to make is a mud wash. You can use the mud wash as an alternative to shampoo to wash your hair and to detox your hair. So keep watching and I'll show you exactly what to do. Making a mud wash is very simple. The first thing we're going to do is you can use 8 ounces or 1 cup of any liquid of your choice. I'm using aloe vera juice today, but you can also use rose water, you can use coconut milk, you can use regular distilled water, you can use whatever liquid you like. And we're using the double boiler method, so as you can see, the water is boiling here. And we put the distilled aluminum pan on top of it, so that if anything needs to melt, it will melt. I'm going to add a little honey to the DIY. I'm going to add a little honey to the mud wash, and that way it softens your hair and gives your hair a little needed moisture. So we'll add 1 teaspoon of honey. And this is just regular clove honey, but you can use any honey of your choice, whatever you have. You don't have to use anything in particular. Alright, we'll get it to come out. And from there, we will use Rhassoul Clay for our wash today. You can also use bentonite clay if you prefer bentonite, or you can choose another natural clay. But for today, for this project, we are going to use Rhassoul Clay. And we're going to add 4 tablespoons of Rhassoul Clay. And you can also add less if you like, just depending on how thick you want your wash. And we'll give that a moment to melt. And as you can see, it forms a mud. And you want to stir to make sure that the Rhassoul clay mixes in completely. The less you use, your clay will be a little runny, but if you use more, then it'll thicken it up. And also to this, I'm going to add a few herbs. Today I'm going to use Irish moss, which is good for strengthening your hair and also has sulfur in it. And I'm also going to use Horsetail Powder, which is an excellent source of silica that's used for shiny hair and skin, as well as the claims that Horsetail Powder will actually help with hair growth. So, I'm going to put that in, and I keep mixing until my Rhassoul and the herbs come together and form a nice paste. And sometimes the Rhassoul can be a little chunky, so if it gets to be a little chunky, just kind of pat out the chunks and keep stirring. And with it being hot, you're not going to exactly see how thick it is until you actually pour it into a container and it begins to cool off, and you'll see how thick it is. But if you realize that you want it thicker, very simple fix. Just add more Rhassoul. If you find that you want it a little thinner, just use less Rhassoul. And now that it's nice and pasty, if you like a little tingle to your scalp when you're using anything on your hair or your scalp, just add about 4 drops of peppermint oil. You can also add tea tree oil if you like, camphor, eucalyptus, whatever you like to use to give your scalp that nice tingle. And it smells really, really good, so it's going to feel really good on your scalp. Okay. So now that it's mixed up, I have everything in. Still see a few clumps, but don't worry about it. Eventually the clumps will melt away. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in a container. The easiest way to get it in is to use a funnel. Put the funnel inside the jar and pour your mixture into your container. And that is what the mud wash will look like. I'm going to leave the container open for a while before I put the cap on it, and that way the condensation doesn't go back into the container and make it a little watery. But you leave it out for a while. You can even put it in the refrigerator to actually let it cool down. Put your container on it, and when you're done, you have a mud wash. The good thing about using aloe vera is the aloe vera already has a preservative in it, so you don't have to worry about adding a preservative. If you're using anything else and you don't use a preservative with the water, it will only last about a week in the refrigerator. So if you have aloe vera juice and it already has preservative in it, definitely go ahead and use the aloe vera. If you're just using water, use the water. Keep it in the refrigerator for about a week, and after that, you will definitely need to toss it because bacteria and mold will start spoiling the water. So here's the DIY project for the mud wash. Try it, use it, share it, and leave us feedback. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed watching all the projects, and I really hope you enjoy making them and using them if you like. For more information and for ingredients, you can go to exoticoilsandbutters.com. For any questions or any feedback, you can email us at info@exoticoilsandbutters.com. Thanks.